Music is in the air this weekend, but it's not mariachi we'll be hearing. It's going to be the roar of the engines and the cheers of the crowd. Formula One is back in the very heart of Mexico City at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. This is an exhilarating circuit on the Formula One calendar. We'll be sure to see plenty of battles and overtaking this weekend, especially with the help of not one, not two, but 3 DRS zones. We might still be early in the season, but that doesn't mean we can sit back and relax. Everything is up for grabs, and nothing is certain at this stage. The competition is on. Welcome back to what is proving to be an exciting weekend of Formula One racing, with practice coming to a close today and qualifying set to follow. By the end of the day, we'll know who's leading at the front, who's packing out the midfield, and who's bringing up the rear. All 20 drivers competing will be pushing their cars to the limit, pushing themselves to the limit too. But if they can push beyond those limits, well, the very best find themselves mounting a challenge for the championship. So here we are, ready to resume. It's time for the final touches here on the grid ahead of today's race.
This weekend, Red Bull displayed real promise during qualifying, but will they fulfill that potential by the time they reach the checkered flag? We saw a reasonably good qualifying performance from Ferrari, and they certainly have a good chance to capitalize during the race. We've been having sunny weather here today, but there are some clouds looming that might complicate things for teams further down the line.
Well, there's some serious decision making ahead for teams and the drivers as we begin the Mexican Grand Prix. I hope I'm not tempting fate here, but there are quite a few clouds overhead as we look at the lineup on the grid. Here's Red Bull. They've managed a third-place start for this race, but can they turn it into a win? And here's the second Red Bull driver. A top 10 position today, but will they be able to capitalize on it? Everything's been building to this. What will happen next? We're about to find out at the Mexican Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Good job.
Red Bull moved up.
That was a purple lap. Nice move.
Red Bull gained a place. McLaren gain a position. And McLaren with a great overtake. Sounds like we've had a spin. Let's take a closer look. We're just watching the Red Bull. Well, they've locked up. They won't have been happy about that. No! And that was a bitter blow for the team, and it may have really hurt their overall chances. I think there's been a lock-up. Sounds like there's been a crash. Let's have a look. Now just focus on the Haas. A definite collision there. That's very unfortunate. That's going to be a big blow to the team. Will they be able to recover? We'll see. We've just had a crash on the track. Here's the replay. Now look at this. It was the AlphaTauri driver involved. That crash is terrible news for the team. Seems to have been a lock-up. Let's see what happened there. The team are devastated. They'll be questioning just what happened out there. Was that a crash? Multiple cars, I think. Let's take a look at the replay. Oh, there's a spin! We can take a look now. Now just focus on the Haas. They spun the car! What a disaster! Red Bull moved up.
Box.
Yeah.
Was that a lock-up on the track? Let's have a look. Now look at this. It was the AlphaTauri driver involved. And there's the lock-up. It almost got away from them entirely. The team are really disappointed with that. Let's hope it doesn't set them back too badly. Looks like there's been a lock-up. Let's take a closer look. Now just focus on the Haas. And this, yes, there, that's the lock-up. Let's see what happened there. We're just watching the Red Bull. It's a lock-up, and that could be costly. And the team had... Sounds like a spin. Here's the replay. Now just take a look at the McLaren. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. The car's just gone. McLaren gain a position. Someone spun out. Let's take a look at the replay. Okay, so there we have the Alpine. Look at that! They've spun their car. Red Bull gained a place. And a new position just gained by Williams.
Push ahead.
And there's an overtake from Williams. Red Bull moved up.
The last lap.
We do not require any fuel liftoff.
Copy.
checkered flag.
Okay, that's the checkered flag.
It's a solid result here for Red Bull's driver. Red Bull have come very close to a good performance here, so I expect they'll be doing some tweaking after this.
Yes, I imagine they'll roll up their sleeves now and make sure their next performance goes even better.
That's right, and they finished the race weekend in third place in the constructor standings.
Coming up in the next round is the Sao Paulo Grand Prix as we head to Brazil. Join us next time at Interlagos.